What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Handa and I'm back with another video. In this video, as you can see, we're gonna be looking at Breakout, another game from my CS50 class. They asked me to do a couple of modifications to the game. I'm here to show how I implemented those modifications. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go over the requirements that have to be done. So this is a list of requirements, like pretty much just 3 requirements. They're very long. So we're just gonna take everything little by little and then go through everything step by step. So the first thing that we need to do is pretty much just add like a spawn image, something that spawns on the game. So just to give you a general idea, I'm gonna pretty much explain how the game is played and all that stuff, right? So the game has multiple stages, right? So the first state is pretty much the start state. And then this is the selection state. That's pretty much where you select the pedal color that you want to use. Doesn't really matter. It's just a color selection. So just select anything here. So, and then when we move on, as we can see when we start the game, we start with a pedal and a ball. So the ball is not moving. As soon as I press enter, the ball will start moving towards the. I mean, it could be anywhere, cause towards any direction, right? So and then your goal is to pretty much hit the bricks and break all the bricks with the ball without the ball falling below the pedal here. So you only have pretty much like 3 tries, and then that's gonna be your hard colors at the top, and then the score. Every time you hit the brick, you get a score. This particular brick, the one that has the key, I cannot break this brick without a new object that's gonna spawn on the screen. So the object that's gonna spawn on the screen is like a key. Once I have that key, I implemented something to draw the key on this pedal. Doesn't matter what pedal size it is, it's always gonna be centered in the middle. So once I have that key, I will be able to use to break this ball. And then as well as the key sprite that's gonna be falling out from here, you're also gonna have another ball sprite that's gonna be falling out. So if I pick that up, so I should be able to receive from 1 to 5 balls. So it's a random number. So it will, as soon as I pick that up, it's gonna give me like from 1 to 5 balls. And then those balls, as soon as they fall, should be removed from the table here, from the screen, and then should no longer be accumulating points for the actual player. But I see if the balls are playing on the screen, those balls are gonna be all together are gonna be accumulating points for the player. If we start the game, just to show you how everything plays out. So as you can see, so now if I click this, I picked up like multiple balls. So all those balls are accumulating points for me. And then if I keep hitting the balls here, so since I don't have the key spawn, so I'm gonna miss that on purpose. Since I don't have it, if I hit the brick that has the key, I shouldn't be able to actually open that. I mean, not open. I shouldn't be able to break it. As you can see, just that ball just hit the brick, and I lost, of course. And another functionality that they asked me to implement was to pretty much resize the pedal, saying that every time that I lose a hard point, I should shrink the pedal, and if I accumulate multiple points, I should increment the pedal. We're gonna see that in play now. So let's go back to the game. So as I mentioned before, since I don't have the key sprite, I shouldn't be able to break the brick. And then once as you can see, once I hit that, once I collected the other sprite, the one that has the ball, I received 2 new balls, and I missed that. Damn it. So let's just, as you can see, when I hit the brick with the key, I'm not able to open that brick. That's because I don't have the key sprite selected on. There we go. So now I have the key sprite, and I still accumulate new balls, so I should be able to open that key. As you can see, it's no longer there because one of the balls actually hit that. So let's try to win the game now. Of course. I mean, if you lose a life, or if you lose I mean, every time you lose the key. Okay, so now I won the game. So as you can see, all the balls, once you complete a level, you pretty much move into another level, and then but you lose all the balls, so you only reset with the same ball. And then once a new level is generated, I mean, we can select any of the bricks. So any of these bricks right here can be selected to be the ones that's gonna be blocked. And since I don't have the key, I cannot break that brick. And I mean, even though I will still accumulate points here, but I won't be able to break it, so it will stay there forever. So if you don't have the key, there's no way you can actually break that. And then yes, so I just now gonna show you guys how I implemented this code. And let me just pretty much, I'm just gonna minimize that and leave this running in the background. So yeah, to quickly go over the code, so here we have our powerup class. So our powerup class has you know, the initial function where we declare the variables, and update function, and then this collide function is to check if the powerup collided with the pedal. And then this is where we pretty much render whatever we want to render here. So this calls up the key, and the powerups is pretty much declared on the main.lua on the G frames right here, and then G textures is from the main file that we call, meaning that breakout right here. So on the level maker right here, this is where we actually set the brick. So pretty much selecting like a random brick to add as our lock brick. And then we have our number, so this is to randomize the level that's gonna actually spawn a lock brick. As well, if we move on to the brick class right here, so this we're rendering that based on this condition. So meaning that if it's lock brick, then if it's not lock brick, saying that it's false. And then if it is, then otherwise just render the brick here. So this brick, we are taking the brick key from the brick quads right here, so we change that to 24 to actually get the brick key. And then we go to the paddle, that the paddle class. From here you can actually pull, I mean, I'm doing this condition to change the size of the paddle when the paddle is decreased, and when the paddle is increased, it will actually call upon this to actually change the paddle size. And if we go back to the play state where everything is getting done on the update function, so here's where we actually put up all this code. So for example here, so I'm saying that when I got key, I can pretty much draw this. This is what draws the keyframe on the actual paddle, and then this renders the power on the actual screen. If we scroll up, this is the collide functions. It's pretty much colliding with the power up right here. So saying when our ability equals 1, and then we should be able to randomize the ball. So this right here inserts 1 to 5 random balls into the screen. So saying when the power up ball collides with the paddle, you will either get 1 or 5 balls. And then this is to give it like a random velocity, and then this assigns the paddles wide and at to the actual ball itself. And then when we get the ability equals 2, setting that particular ability, we then proceed to set this got key variable to true, that meaning that we can actually break the brick now. And then this right here is a regular update that's gonna update the power up on the screen. If we keep moving up, This is how we're expanding our bricks. So the spawns are actually on hit time. So when this variable, the brick count, is greater than the hit time, that is random. It could be either 5 or 10. That means that this code will actually execute. So setting our power up equals power up at and power up y to the brick position. So saying that this new sprite is gonna spawn where the last brick was. And then the random, this is where we actually randomize the ability. So saying if it's 1 is a regular power up, and if it's 2 is a power up key. And then here we actually check for the brick key. If this variable is enabled, the same variable that was on the brick, it's lock brick. And then here we actually do like a regular. If it's not, do a regular points. And then if it is, and I got the key, that means I can break the brick right here. And then for the ball, since we have multiple balls now, we are doing that in a table that is declared above. And that table, we pretty much are looping everything that we were doing before for the other ball. We're doing the same thing, but for multiple balls now. And we initialize, if we keep going up, we initialize the power up class right here, and then we assign it to a variable too, so we can better use it on this code right here. And then this is where the ball was inserted into a table itself. And this is the initial velocity for the first ball that spawns. That should conclude our code right here. Just to give you like another run, just to show you, let me just run the game again. So like I mentioned before, so the level maker didn't create a break key on this state, but we can pretty much just play the game, and it should, if we move on to the other state should have the key brick that we can actually break. Actually, this level is very simple. So like I mentioned on the code before, so we are drawing that if we get the key, we are drawing it on the center of the pedal. So we know that we have the key there. And then this level is very simple. Yes, there we go. So if we move on to the other level, as you can see, the key is now removed because it got reset back to original thing. And then on this level, we do have the key. So I think it's very simple as well. Let's just try to. So if we hit that brick, we shouldn't be able to open. As you can see, they didn't do anything because we don't have a key yet. But now, if I take this, it's redrawn in the middle, and I should be able to break it. There we go. And then if I lose on purpose, that means I lose everything. I lose my key and everything. Then my pedal gets shrunk to like a smaller pedal. And then my hearts actually got reduced as well. So now let me try to demonstrate like so now let me try to demonstrate like when the pedal gets increased, is like when I actually get enough hit points. So yeah, it just got increased, and since I got a new power up, it just spawn new balls on the screen. So I should be able to break that and move on as well. And then all the balls got removed from the key, and then a new label was created, and this label, all the balls got removed from the key, and a new level was created, and this level is very hard. And then it has our key right here that we can break, but since we don't have the key, we should be able to break that. Yeah, and that pretty much concludes the whole video. Thanks for watching.